Alright, guys, so you may notice the different background. That is because I am downstairs and my house is a mess. But I have to be downstairs because Lucy, the dog, is very much in her I don't want to be alone phase. But she won't stay locked up in my room. So, yeah. Anyways, so as of September 1st, 2025, Canada is losing some of the Disney channels, which honestly isn't all that surprising, seeing as how pretty much everywhere else got rid of their Disney channels. But what I find surprising is the ones that are actually staying. So, first we're going to look at what channels, specifically Disney property channels, are leaving. So first we have Disney XD. This, honestly, is the least shocking. It makes the most sense. From what I gather, and I could be wrong because I haven't actually watched Disney XD in at least 10 years, but probably more. But from what I gather, there's no new shows airing on Disney XD. Like, all of, like, their current original programming also airs on the main Disney channel. And, like, they have some acquired programming, but it's, like, 3 shows. And I feel like they already do air or could be picked up to air on, like, Family Channel or YTV or Cartoon Network. Like, the vibe, it feels very much like it could be easily picked up, if not already, by at least one of those 3 channels. They're repeats of ended series. Well, those are available on Disney Plus anyways, so with no new shows being made specifically for Disney XD, doesn't seem like it's been the case for years. The key demographic for Disney XD being the ones that are tuning into streaming rather than linear television. This all just makes sense. Yes, when choosing channels to cut, Disney XD makes sense. It makes the most sense, if we're being honest. Next, we're losing ABC Spark, which makes a little less sense in terms of the age demographic, at least. Like, I feel like ABC Spark is, like, geared toward, like, young adults. Like, for my viewers and everything in the US, it's the equivalent of Freeform. And while, yes, teenagers could also be watching it, I feel like ABC Spark has a lot of, like, adults watching it as well, and so adults, especially older adults, that could be into sort of, like, the teen drama type thing, they're still clinging to linear television, and it kind of seems like an odd choice to get rid of ABC Spark, but ultimately, much like Disney XD, there hasn't been any new shows being made for ABC Spark, like, in years. Like, I think maybe Grownish was the last, like, new show that ended on ABC Spark. I think it was probably Grownish, but, like, that was already, like, a couple years already. So, like, it's all reruns of shows that already exist on Disney Plus. Yeah, there's some random movies. I feel like they're, like, Lifetime style movies, honestly. But it's kind of like, who needs it? Like, it's mainly, like, the older demographic type thing, but it's also, like, the older demographic could easily just adapt and find another channel to watch. So, Yeah, it kind of makes sense to close ABC Spark, but a little less sense than Disney XD, if that makes any sense. Um, then we are losing Disney Junior. And I will admit, this is the head scratcher. Yes, it's geared towards children, preschoolers, all that. And honestly, that's the generation that's coming up on streaming. Like, streaming is their norm. But I also feel like maybe this is the zillennial, which apparently I am, being born in 93, in me talking. It's like, we don't, as kids, like, do we really care, like, what episode of what show we watch? Like, maybe now they do, but I remember being a kid and it's like, just plop on the TV and whatever's on, I'll watch it. But honestly, like, television for a lot of people is the babysitter. The parents have to, work, or they have to make dinner or whatever, and it's just like, plop the kid in front of the TV, turn on the TV, let them watch it. And Disney Junior is that. And I mean, you still have the Disney Plus angle for the kids that are picky about wanting to watch a specific show, wanting to watch a specific episode. But for those that it's just like, television's the babysitter, Disney Junior is such a safe bet. And I mean, yeah, we do have other kids' channels that aren't going away, like Treehouse. YTV is the older kids, I guess, but like we still have like Treehouse and all that. So I guess you still kind of have a babysitter, but like in terms of like the Disney stuff, Disney Junior, guys. But another reason why this is kind of a head scratcher is because Disney Junior is the channel that has the most shows currently producing new episodes. Like, okay, it kind of seems like it would make sense to just keep the channel and air the new episodes like they're doing. But I guess maybe they're going to be airing on Disney Plus now. I don't know. I don't know how this is working. We got a little bit to figure this out, but yeah, it just kind of feels like this one is a weird choice to get rid of, because arguably the demographic is kind of there to still watch linear television. And I know it feels weird to say that because this is the generation that's growing up with streaming, but I digress. It's also like all these new shows, all these new episodes. It's like, it feels weird. But I guess it's more along the lines of it feels weird because of the one they're keeping versus actually kind of getting rid of it. Like, it makes sense to get rid of Disney Junior if we were getting rid of all the Disney channels. We're not doing that because we have one that is clinging to dear life and is sticking around, and that is the Disney Channel. The OG. And yes, in many ways this makes sense, Like I said, Disney Channel is the OG. You don't have the other Disney channels without Disney Channel. Why are we keeping it, though? Like, honestly, why are we keeping it? Because, much like, Disney XD, the main demographic for Disney Channel, it's the younger generation. Like, it's the older kids, the preteens, that type of era. They're doing streaming. Like, I guarantee you they're doing streaming. So they're not particularly watching Disney Channel. Also, Wikipedia, do with that info what you will, tells me that there is still quite a few shows still producing new episodes. But I will say that the actual programming on Disney Channel seems to indicate differently. Like, I still watch Disney Channel, guys. And when I put on Disney Channel here in Canada, which is where we're getting rid of these channels, it's very much insert random DCOM here. A lot of times it's, the Descendants, the Zombies. Occasionally we'll get a Wendy Wu. We've had Halloween Town recently, which is really odd because we're in summer. But older DCOMs, nah, we don't do those. We do the newer ones. I don't even think I think at one point we went back to like High School Musical era. And I feel like that's probably about the oldest we went. Okay, so insert random DCOM here. Play that like twice throughout the day. Then you got the block in the morning, which is the Disney Junior shows. Then you've got, like Gravity Falls will play like once a day. Marvel, Moon Girl, and Devil Dinosaur will play like once a day. Then you'll get like Hotel Transylvania playing like 4 times a day. And then you got like Jessie and Bunked and other random shows that I feel like are probably more along the lines of Canadian produced shows that then go to Disney Channel for international marketing. Yeah. So Phineas and Ferb, I know, plays on Saturday mornings, the new ones. That's it. Occasionally you'll get, like, the new episodes, but, like, you won't get the show airing, like, older episodes. You won't get, like, reruns. So, like, Wizards Beyond Waverly Place, season 1 ended. Have not seen it on the channel since. Because we have to have room for Hotel Transylvania, the series, to air 4 times a day. Guys, I don't know. It just feels like, in terms of, like, content on Disney Channel, it is by far the weakest. And like I said, I'm comparing to ABC Spark, I'm comparing to Disney Junior, and I'm comparing to Disney Channel. I haven't seen Disney XD in forever. But out of those 3, it's like, okay, well, Disney Channel is by far the weakest lineup because a lot of it is the same show airing several times a day. Yeah, it's like I would spend more time on Disney Junior. As a 32-year-old, I spend more time watching Disney Junior than I do Disney Channel because I feel like there's more variety on Disney Junior than there is on Disney Channel. Do with that what you will. It just feels odd that Disney Channel is the one that we're keeping around versus any of the others. Because it by far has the weakest programming lineup I have ever seen on any channel ever. Like I said, it's so few shows. Like, I think there's Gravity Falls, Hotel Transylvania, the series, Amphibia, Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur, Jessie, Bunked, the Zuzu Pets, Stanley Dynamic, and I think that's it in terms of, like, non-Disney Junior and non-DCOMs airing on Disney Channel throughout the whole day. 8 shows. 8 shows. Half hour or less. you could see where they start doubling up on things. It's just, this annoys me so much. This annoys me so much. But I guess what I'm hoping for, because Disney Channel will once be the only one left standing. I'm hoping that they revamp their daily lineup, like give more of a variety of shows. Like, we can go back into the vault, play on the fact that the older generation hasn't quite gone to streaming yet. Give us, like, Even Stevens, Lizzie McGuire, That's So Raven, Sweet Life of Zack and Cody, Hannah Montana. Give us Wizards of Waverly Place. You know, that makes sense with Wizards Beyond Waverly Place. Even some of, like, the newer shows, Girl Meets World, Sydney to the Max, right? Where are those at? Even, like, recently canceled shows, The Villains of Valley View, Saturdays, Pretty Freaking Scary, Ultraviolet, Black Scorpion, I think was the show. Like, those shows got canceled, and then they basically disappeared off the face of the earth, never to be seen or heard from again. Put them on. Give us reruns of, like, different shows. Like, I just want them to revamp their lineup, because if Disney Channel is the one left standing, it's got to give me a reason that it's the only one left standing. And currently, with the way their, like, daily programming is, it's not giving me that reason. There's no reason. Like, honestly, it's ridiculously bad. Like, so just give me and everybody else a reason as to why you are sticking around. Because while it makes sense to get rid of the Disney channels, like, I know I harped on how ABC Spark doesn't quite make sense and Disney Juniors doesn't quite make sense. It does actually make sense. I will give it that. It also makes sense to get rid of Disney Channel. It makes sense to get rid of it all. You have Disney Plus. That's what you're pushing towards. Like, that's why we're getting rid of these channels, to push Disney Plus. So, why are we keeping Disney Channel? Why are we keeping Disney Channel? I don't know. I don't know. But anyways, before I wrap up this video, I also want to point out, in case any French viewers are watching me, I can't imagine why they're watching me, but French Canadians out there, okay? Disney Channel in French. I'm not even going to try to pronounce it. Guys, I took French for 9 years. I can't read or speak French. But anyways, like, the Disney Channel that's in French is also shutting down. So, yeah, I just figured I'd put that out there, in case people are actually watching this for some reason. Yeah. But I don't know. Let me know, what do you guys think of these channels getting shut down and Disney Channel sticking around? Like, are you shocked that Canada is getting rid of these channels? Are you shocked that the OG Disney Channel is the only one that's going to be left standing? Do you hope they revamp their programming, or are you just kind of, like, chill with it? If they were to sit there and air different shows, what shows would you want them to re-air? Not that I could do anything about it, but I'm just curious as to what everyone thinks about all of this. Let me know all your thoughts in the comments down below.